joined this afternoon by Martin Montgomery after today's 5-2 home defeat to Glenvale in the West of Scotland 3rd Division. Martin, what was your take on today's game?
Just feels a bit like Groundhog Day at the moment, Martin, to be honest. Pretty much feel like the same story every game we've played so far this season, and just ends in frustration for obvious reasons. I think again we start with a better team in the early exchanges. We create a couple of chances, one of them a golden opportunity, and we don't take them, and then we get punished. Before we know it, we're 2-0 down and we're chasing the game. We get them in at half time. I felt first half we were doing a lot of good things, sort of in terms of build up. When we settled and sort of back to middle, but we're just really were severely lacking in quality in that final ball, particularly for the wide area. We make a couple of tweaks, we start the second half, the message is we're still well in the game, and then we came out and we get a penalty away and we go 3-0 down, and at that point you're kind of fearing the worst, but to be fair to the boys, you know, they rally, and I said that to them after the game. One thing they did show was, you know, they never gave up, they show a bit of character, and I think for the minute that third goal goes in and we get right on the front foot and we're by far the better team, and we probably get a bit of a contentious penalty. I would need to see it again, but we don't get many, so I'll take it. And then we capitalise on scoring that, and we get another one. And I think at that point you're looking at it at 3-2 and going, you know, if there's another goal, it's going to be an ants goal, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot again. And I think that fourth goal coming when it comes for Glenvale, it's very difficult to try and come back for that. In the game, you know, that wee bit of momentum, that wee bit of wind sort of drops out our sails, and for that point it's looking tough. Look, Martin, I've said this to you already, you know, we're nowhere near where we need to be in terms of squad depth and personnel at a level that we require. We're relying very heavily on largely untried and untested young players for the under-20s who are real prospects and have real big futures at the club, but we're probably asking a wee bit too much of some of them at the moment. I'm working hard, I'm working tirelessly. I'm on the phone all day, every day, and I'm trying to get help in, but as I've said to you previously, it's going to take time to do that, and it just feels as if the opportunities are sort of slipping away week on week now, and it's just about trying to, you know, stay focused and try and keep the boys' heads up and try and move on to next week.
And talk about next week, back-to-back home games for the first time.
Yep. Obviously the day, as I say, it's a big opportunity miss, but we've got to dust ourselves down and go again next week against Kello and go and try and put it right. And I think another big thing for us, the new Martin, is, and I'm already aware of it getting into next week, we've got so many players missing for one reason or the other. You know, you get players picking up injuries and players, you know, whether you agree with it or no, going on holiday and various different things, and I know that all teams have got to deal with this, but I think for us, going through such a massive rebuild is what we're going through at the moment, it takes its toll on us a wee bit more, I think, than what it does, you know, most teams in the league. So even getting into next week again, you know, we'll be on the phone and we'll be trying to working hard to try and strengthen up the squad, and hopefully we can get a team on the pitch, you know, for the first time that sort of looks similar to the team that we had today, and even have a sort of squad that looks it's got a wee bit of continuity in it, because at the moment when you're trying to get a new group of players to gel, and there's so many dropping in and out the team week on week, it's really difficult. A couple of big players to come back into the team for next week. McMurray and McBride will both be available, and they'll make a big difference. But aye, listen, we'll just get into training on Monday night, we'll try and have a wee look at the game today, see what we could have done better, and go and try and be better next week against Kello.
Magic. Well, I'll let you go up the road because we're absolutely soaked to the skin here.
Alright, thanks,
Monty. Cheers,
mate.
Thank you.
Bye.